Hey STRU friends, this is your personal invitation to co-invest alongside me. If you haven't heard, I've launched Stomp Capital Short-Term Rental Opportunities Fund, where I will be personally investing all of my short-term rentals going forward. And if you're an accredited investor and you want instant diversification and you want to participate in the best ideas that I identify, you relate to all of my teachings and the uniqueness and the sense of place and all of that stuff, then please click on the description below and find out more about Stomp Capital short-term rental opportunities. The best is yet to come and we're literally getting started. I would love to have you alongside, so let's go. Hey YouTube, what's happening? It's Richard, founder of STRU and professional real estate investor. And it's been a little while since I've filmed a video, and there's a very good reason for it. You see, like Brian Chesky, I too have been living in Airbnbs and roaming around the planet and living this nomadic lifestyle, but one very big significant difference. Brian Chesky's kind of getting to this now. He's seen on his platform that a lot of people are traveling for longer periods of time, and he's clearly stated, interview after interview, that there's a very blurry distinction between travel and work and living, and it's all kind of coming together given remote working and flexibility and work from anywhere and all of that. And he wanted to test it himself, and so he's on the road for the next year.
So every couple weeks, I'm going to be traveling to different cities across the country and, even around the world, because we're seeing millions of people on Airbnb interested in doing this. And I want to really test the experience, optimize it, and show that you can actually run a really big company doing this. And it means a lot of people can do this. I want to feel like I actually live somewhere, even if I'm there just for a couple weeks. And so I'm looking for a place in a local community. I'm here in Reynoldstown in Atlanta, and I really love great design, good Wi-Fi so I can do interviews, things like that.
Where he's talking about he's in an Airbnb in Atlanta and he doesn't know where he's going to go to next, and all he really needs is fast, high-speed internet, which I've been saying is a must-have for ages. If you're in the city, you need super high speed. I mean, between fiber and cable and so on, we see speeds approaching 100 down, 150 down. If you're in a more remote place, please have at least 10 down. That should support a couple of different devices and like some streaming. But if you haven't upgraded your internet speed, it's worth the investment. But the difference is, I'm living in my own Airbnbs. You see, my girlfriend Erica and I, we travel around the world. We have Airbnbs, and what we do is we chase the seasons. We chase the seasons and we chase the sport. It's an incredibly high quality of life, and we have the locations picked out based on the sport and the season and where we want to be. So today, I'm coming to you live from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's ski season, and so we're here in ski season. And you might ask, well, gee, this seems like a lot of effort, and how do you feel like you're at home, and so on and so forth. And that's the point of this video. I want to share with you exactly what it is that we've done and how we do it, with the hope that you too can replicate some of this and enhance your quality of life if you're so able, if you're so inclined, and you choose to. So what we do is we've identified people here and in each location that we travel that are really helpful. They come in, we show them what's personal belongings, from clothing and personal artifacts, artwork, cutlery, special coffee makers, china, whatever is unique for you and you don't want to leave out with your guests. We live with all of that, we catalog it, she puts it away very safely, professionally packed, labeled, and identifies where she found it, such that when we leave, it's all taken care of. And then before we return, it's placed exactly where she found it. So from Erica and my perspective, it's as if we never left, yet we've been gone for 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. And likewise, we just came here from Nosara, Costa Rica, same thing. And I've got a photo, I don't have a video, I wish I could show you, but I have a photo of the 15 different suitcases that were packed, all of the different boxes, and in each location I've got remote work. Brian Chesky says all he needs is his laptop and high-speed internet. I'm a little fancier. I've got a professional scanner. I've got a commercial grade high-speed color printer. And so I have like literally remote work capabilities in each location, high-speed internet, and we leave that all in climate-controlled storage. And again, before we arrive, it all gets put back. So it's almost as if we never left. And yet we're changing season, we're changing sport, we're changing our location, we're changing our environment, we're traveling, we're seeing our friends, we're doing all the things that you would do if you live somewhere year-round, except for the fact that we like to change seasonally so that we can really live life to the fullest and embrace all of our activities and desires and passions and sports and hobbies and food and culture and smells and tastes. And I mean, it's just remarkable remarkable. So a lot of people are starting to do this. Brian Chesky's on the air talking about tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people that are adopting this sort of lifestyle.
Millions of people, not everyone, but millions of people don't have to go to an office 5 days a week. And because many of these people don't have to go to the office 5 days a week, they're not tethered to the city they live in. And so they can now potentially live anywhere.
So many of their bookings are happening for extended periods. 1 in 5 is for 30 days or more. So people are really embracing this opportunity, and we're seeing right before our very eyes, and I've actually filmed a video on this channel talking about the world is changing very slowly, right in front of our eyes, so gradually that you might not take notice. But if we look back, say like 10 years forward, and we look back, this is the line in the sand. This is the point where it all started to change and people are starting to do all this. And this video here is to encourage you to figure out how you too can untether and be your best self, live your best life, do all of the things you want to do in the locations you want to do it, with the people you want to do it, the sports, the activities, the seasons. It's all doable, and it's all doable due to short-term rentals. Right? If we had to go sign a year lease somewhere, we would be unable to do exactly what I just described. If we had to own homes and carry them, pay for them ourselves in each of the locations that we travel, we'd be unable to afford them. We'd be unable to do it. The fact that we are on the short-term rental platform, Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking Direct, and other people are in essence paying our equity, our mortgage payment, buying our homes for us, and allowing us this flexibility, this lifestyle, this quality of life, and doing so cash flow positive is absolutely remarkable. And I hope you would consider doing something like this. Try it. It's not that hard. It is challenging to find somebody who's going to be of quality, who's going to be detail-oriented, who's going to catalog everything, write it all down, remember where they found it, took photos, and so that when you come back, place everything exactly like you left it. But it's not impossible. And I'm here to share with you, we've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it's incredible. So please do me a favor, comment below, where do you travel, where do you go, how do you do it? The more we can share with one another, the better. And of course, like the video and subscribe to the channel, friends. And just remember, we're literally just getting started and the best is yet to come. So let's go.